nothing except like I feel like it's much easier for me to play that way against Sheik with like a projectile, because she has to be like a little bit more thoughtful about how she approaches like grenade and stuff. But let me. Oh wait, I didn't even change my stream title. I'm fucking trolling. Let me do that first. Stream information. Okay. Tweets. And then pull up my chat real quick. Alright. Okay. Alright, are you good to start?
Yep.
Alright, sounds good. Let me play it to see if my stream...
Alright, everybody getting hyped, everybody ready to see... Everybody getting hyped, everybody ready to see what's gonna happen.
Did you, like, what did you strike to end up on Smashville?
I'm pretty sure I probably struck
FD, I'm assuming?
FD and Town.
Okay.
Because
yeah, that's fair.
I was just afraid of like bouncing fish for Town.
Yeah.
It's like I would die so early because like I knew that I would probably get hit by some setup that I wasn't sure of because I don't really know it. So I'm like, if I get hit by a bouncing fish, I don't want to die at 80.
Right, yeah. I like Town a little better. Just because, like, on this stage, it feels like she's... Like, the feeling of her being on top of you is what makes you lose the matchup, right? Like...
Yeah, and then...
It's much more often on Smashville. Because on Town, you could just have more space to reset and stuff. What were you saying?
Yeah, after I lost this game, I'm like, yeah, this was, like, 2 close quarters for me. I didn't like this.
Yeah.
Yo, he has the lead. Nerva already with a slight lead.
This is the annoying part. It's like all she's doing is fair. This is where you kind of have to like I realize that here you have to react to the jump and contest, because like the way it works is like Sheik's jump. Let me go. Like the way she's doing it, the short hop fast fall is like it's like 23, which is kind of like exactly on the range of like what you can react to. Because like think about it like 23 frames, and then her fair lag is 4 frames. So it's like basically when she jumps, she can act again in like 27 frames essentially, and that is like basically the exact threshold of like see her jump, just run in a dash attack, right? Because your dash attack invincibility will stop you from getting like hit by like landing fair into combo. And then the best she can do is like empty hop shield, but like you don't take that much damage from like a Sheik grab combo, especially if there's not a platform near.
Okay.
Hi friends in chat. Just tell me if my my audio is okay, please. I'm not sure because I didn't check, but thank you.
You know that Sheik...
Let me just write that down. And then sometimes you might be a little late on this, and then like if you like you're kind of get good at it as you're like paying attention to it. Like next time you play him, just like pay attention to his jumps and then see that you have like that much time in the jump. And if like what I got good at doing is like if I'm a little late, I instead go for like overshoot my shield and then parry grab. You know, remember how I said like if you parry, you can't punish unless he's spaced for grab. If you run in as he's like jumping, they can't drift away faster than you can run at them, right? So, like there, if you react a little late, then you just like run in fish for parry. But if you react on time, dash attack is usually pretty good. The camera is so small. Oops, my fault. Okay, there's a little more camera for you. Okay.
Her stray hits aren't the best. However, if she can combo into them, she'll be doing plenty of damage.
Also, in general, I would say I've got, for my skill level, I've got pretty below average ledge trapping, and I just don't really know how to even start. I don't know what to do to...
Yeah, I think, like, as Palu in particular, it's a little annoying because, like, these characters, like, you don't have, like, a ledge trap button like a lot of characters do. like obviously people think it's back air, but it doesn't cover for that long. It's not active for that long, and you have to do it at the bottom of your short hop to hit neutral get up. So the timing is like a little annoying, but like generally as Palu, you kind of want to stay grounded. For the most part, in most matchups, like there's like heavies obviously where like you can just kind of spam like back air nair, and then it works because they're so big. Your mic is really low. Okay, thank you. In matchups like these, I like to stay grounded because like if you're like say, let me just draw it. Can you see like right here ish, like roll distance or so?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you stand there, you can like get up attack. You can dash attack the get up attack, grab the roll, and then react.
Is that still like a reactable distance?
Yeah, because the same way we said like your reaction time is like about give or take 20 frames. Like most characters neutral get up is actionable frame 34. So you have enough, like you have more than enough time to realize he's neutral get upping and then like get up attack or dash attack. I'm so sorry. And then you can react to kind of everything else from that distance. And then if they jump, like that's obviously the annoying one. But if they jump, especially on Smashville where they don't have a platform to land on, they're still in a pretty bad situation. Like if they jump on like small battlefield, it's a little better because the platform's closer for them. But if they jump on Smashville, they're still kind of like in a bad spot.
Okay.
Sorry. And that is where I'd start against most people because I think one of the things that people miss a little about ledge trapping with a character like Palu that doesn't have like your like obvious like Samus charge shot at ledge or something like that is like you kind of need to pick like repeatable positions so you can pick up habits from the other person, right? So like say if you sit there and they wait on ledge, the next time you can like threaten to trump them or like you can down tilt their ledge hang or something like that. Or if they like jump immediately, next time you do that, you just back their jump, like because you don't get that information unless you repeat the same situation over and over because like they wouldn't have the same cue to do that jump from ledge if you ledge trap from here and then from here. You know what I mean? Those are two very different ledge traps. So like trying to repeat the same situation over and over to get information about your opponent is kind of how you succeed like consistently ledge trapping with a character like this.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Plenty of damage.
Not gonna lie, man. Same thing about Palutena, except everything she does converts.
Yeah, he's just waiting for you. Here, this is a pretty common situation where like you kind of whiff, but he's not comfortable to whiff punish. So like you kind of pick like a defensive option that puts you in a worse position. You know what I mean? Like because this landing is a lot easier to punish than the one before, and then you get in this position, right, where you kind of like you're like whiffing and then you're jumping kind of like as defense, but you kind of got to realize like he's not in a position to punish this. Even though it looks like it, he's too close, right? Because he's not dashing in as you're landing. He would have to like dash in kind of perfectly here to whiff punish you. So you don't have to pick a defensive option unless he's threatening that, and he's not from this spacing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like here, you kind of like you whiff and then you jump, and this jump is like decent if he overcommits, but he's kind of like showing with his intentions here. Like watch him like walk away. His intentions are a big deal because if his intentions look aggressive, then this jump is a lot better because you can catch him overcommitting. But since his intentions are defensive, he just wants to make you do something like bad and disadvantage and then punish it, right? So against people like this, you want to pick like low commitment movement options. Like walking is really, really strong here because you can just like because you don't have to commit to anything and you take the space he's giving you for free. So like think about this position where instead of like full hopping as he walks away, as he dashes away, you walk, right? And then you're like here and he gives you center stage, or he gives you like a little bit more stage. And then that's a much more like pleasant interaction to work with.
Yeah, okay.
And then the alternative to walking is like aggressive empty hop, like just like short hop drift forward, like fast fall.
Looks like we got changed to a best of 3 because I don't think we have time to.
Best of 3.
We don't have time for a first.
That is also one of the things that like we said earlier, how like the feeling of Sheik like suffocating you is how you lose the matchup, and taking space slowly like that is how you alleviate that feeling, you know, because people will get frustrated in this position and they'll try to do stupid shit, like they'll try to like just run at him and dash attack or whatever, and that's kind of what he wants to like condition you to do. But if you're kind of like conscious of taking space like as an action instead of just like and keeping walking as like an option instead of just like always doing things, then it feels a lot better because part of that feeling comes from the fact that you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. You know what I mean? But if you walk and you say, okay, I've taken space, then you feel like you've accomplished something, and that feeling is harder for him to put in you.
Yeah, looks like we got changed to a best of 3 because I don't think we have time to.
Best of 3.
We don't have time for a first of 5. Tournament's got to end at some point, right?
Wild.
The dash attack was fine. It's not bad risk reward.
Slightly stuck in the corner. Double jump, catching.
Good read on the jump. That's like a little.
That was a bad explosive fight.
Yeah, it's like.
Catching.
Yeah, maybe the tilt one might have hit, but it was still like a little greedy.
Yeah, I thought the F tilt
Here, you can play for a kill. Yeah.
The back air.
Not gonna be first blood fight yet.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get up again. Yeah.
Not quite. Phuzix jumping from the ledge. Good parry on the back air.
This is fine. Here it's like, oh, that was really good.
Good parry on the back air.
He's looking for.
Some semblance of damage.
Nerva doesn't even kill there. I
Back
don't know
air
why he
once
would do
again.
that.
It's too stale. It's not quite gonna kill.
Oh yeah. It's tough because like even if Phuzix parries most of these.
It's too stale.
Did you read you should get up here?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming.
It's tough because like.
Yeah, that's what I was anticipating.
Yeah, this is like another like ledge trapping concept where like here like in this last interaction, like you baited a neutral get up by the way you were playing and then you punished it. So a good player is not going to neutral get up again and then get back air again because you see how you did like this threaten like the same jump to threaten back air on neutral get up right there, and then in the next ledge situation you did the exact same jump, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if you give him the same Q twice, he's going to do something different.
Even if Phuzix parries most of these hits, like Palutena can just distance so hard.
This is kind of greedy because I know you're like reading a full hop here, but like you don't have to rush it against Sheik ever because remember that if you're both in like straight hit kill percent, your straight hits are like 80 times better than hers, so you don't have to rush it like that. That's how you die, right? It's like if you just like
because I left myself fully vulnerable like for his positioning.
Phuzix really can't get anything.
Because Palu's a character that will kill eventually, you know? You're not like a Sheik or like even like some characters like Mario where like if you don't get your kill combo, like you kind of struggle. Like Palu's going to kill eventually because all her neutral tools kill eventually, you know? So like you're never going to struggle the way Sheik is.
Yeah, I know I should attack there, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh!
Brutal. Nair.
Oh, brutal.
Covering the upbeat.
Oh, that's my money, bro.
Yeah.
Oh! And never mind. Nerva's still in this, bro.
Back to even. Nice grab from Phuzix, gets the bouncing fish now in the ledge trap situation. What's Nerva's option? Does jump, gets down from Phuzix,
really
gets the
by him.
bouncing fish now in the ledge trap situation. What's
Yeah, his slight walk away to.
Yeah, you could have done it like a tiny bit lower, and it wouldn't, because you see how it comes out, like, and you still have a couple frames before you hit the ground. Yeah, if you did it a little bit lower, it would have hit him, but that's like really hard to space properly. Oh, here, this is how you die, is by like jumping out here. When I get hit, kind of in the corner, I always like air dodge to ledge, because like you get hit way less, and she can't really chase you down there for the most part. So it's I would be matching like directional air dodge to the left here instead of jump, because if you get hit without your jump here, you could actually die to like fair, and then like edge guard. And I think if he realized that you had no jump, he would have chased a lot harder.
Great damage.
Sure.
Look at the extensions from
Did I not have my jump there?
Yeah, you lost it on the down tilt fair, like right here. You see the double jump ring right there?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you lost. Like if I see that like a Sheik, I'm like chasing the fuck out of you, way harder than you did.
Look at the extensions from Phuzix. Keeps him at the.
Let me write that down.
Fish now in the ledge trap situation. What's Nerva's option?
The jump is fine if you have center stage, or if you get hit in center stage or like towards center stage. But if you get hit towards the off stage, like that's so risky. It's never worth it. Getting comboed off stage. Obviously, you didn't die for it here, but it's very possible.
Great damage. Look at the extensions from Phuzix. Keeps him at the ledge. Can Nerva get away? No, he cannot. Look at this damage.
And then at this point, I was feeling so overwhelmed.
Okay,
yeah,
like I just kept
damage coming out from Phuzix. That's 75% just
So
off the ledge
here-
trap.
Oh my
Let's
lord.
see what-
Okay, finally off the ledge, didn't do any
Damage coming out from Phuzix. That's 75%
he's
just off the ledge
fighting
trap.
here.
Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's kind of like
finally-
counterintuitive the way you
Damage coming
shield
out
against
from Phuzix
Sheik,
at
right?
75%.
Because like the most characters, like
the ledge
this
trap.
way you shield is fine because you shield their landing and then you're fine against whatever they do after. But like against Sheik, it's like the opposite. Like we said, like you don't shield her landing. If anything, you try to parry it, but then you shield her grab moves, right?
Oh
Because
my-
if you had stayed in shield here for the down tilt, that's how you get out of disadvantage. Like you shield it, you grab it, and then you get like whatever combo. Like maybe you get like a down throw fair or down throw upper on the platform, whatever. But the punish is not the important part. It's just like shielding versus her grab moves is really important because here, like even if you jump over it, it's like really hard to translate this position into an advantage, right?
Yeah.
And it's extra good at percents where you can't get hit by a throw combo. So like 75, her grab does like 12 damage tops, and that's kind of
Oh
it.
lord. Okay, finally off the ledge, didn't do anything. Just gonna teleport middle? No, just put on the shield press with the
Yeah,
ledge. didn't
this
do
is how
anything.
you kind of rush it, right? Where
Okay,
if you're in the
teleport middle.
corner, you kind of want to play here for like stage control rather than for a hit, because this is how he kind of suffocates you. Is like you try to like fight your way out, and then you get punished over and over. And that's kind of where walking obviously wouldn't have worked here because he's like cornering you more aggressively. But that's a situation where just like thinking about stage control rather than like hitting him is what's important, and that's how you stop feeling suffocated again. Stage here. Don't stray unless he gives it to you or unless you get stage first.
But it just feels like so much of the game, it's like I don't see anything punishable per se.
Yeah.
It just feels so hard to like be like, oh, I can go in now, you know?
Yeah. That's why I kind of like try to give it like very kind of discreet wording where it's like nothing is punishable, so you want to like you kind of want to punish positionally rather than punish like with a move or like punish like frame data wise, because obviously like hers is way better than yours, right? So you want to punish this, like for example this roll, like you want to sit there
Oh
and
my
like
lord. Okay, finally off the ledge, didn't do anything.
if you hadn't been thinking about Nair here,
teleport
like
to the middle.
she rolls behind you and then you just leave and you take center and you're right here, and like you're right here in center and you're not punishable, right?
No, just
And then
put
you
on
get like
the
a much
shield
more
pressure.
like playable
89%
neutral. But if you're
has
playing
not been
like
touched.
every single
Great.
neutral interaction in the last like 80% has been from the corner, and like you're not gonna win that, right? When she has like all the space behind her and like you have to land near her and stuff like
Grab.
that, right?
Such a clutch situation.
You don't have the liberty to like fade away with your
89%
aerials
Phuzix
in
has
that
not
way.
been touched. Great grab. Such
Oh,
a clutch
huge
situation.
Calls out the jump as well.
Double jump bouncing.
You don't have to kind of. It's not a mix-up against bouncing fish because it's reactable. Like it has a sound on frame 1. Do you play with game sound or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It has a sound on frame 1, and the earliest hitbox is I think frame 18. Yeah, frame 18. So you can always like react and air dodge. So you don't have to. You never have to jump there basically, unless she has full needles, in which case it kind of becomes a 50-50 sometimes. But most of the time you can just air dodge on reaction.
Fish Phuzix is playing on fire.
You
Only
can't really
three
nair
games,
her.
boys. That's
Yeah.
all that can be played.
Yeah.
with.
It was,
In this game,
Especially not when she's fishing for
Only
fair.
three
You have to get like a
games,
really
boys.
good
That's all
timing.
that can be
Because like
played.
if you had just like run at her like a couple frames earlier
Only
here,
3 games.
you end up under her instead of like to the side, and it would have worked. But it's still like super unlikely that it works out for you.
this game one looking primed to be taken by
Because
Phuzix.
if you play the same like spacing aerial game like fair, like see how you like space fair, her fair is way better than yours here. So like it's not really worth, because you want to just like stay grounded when she's in
This
the air.
game one looking primed to be taken by Phuzix. Fair's train across the stage, but the Nair train coming out.
Wow.
The double.
Yo, this man was trying to reset with the down air.
Oh my. Across the stage, but the Nair
Did
train
you
coming
try
out.
to
The
read a
double.
spot dodge
Yo,
here,
this man
or
was trying to reset.
this looks like empty hop?
yeah, I was waiting for something. I guess I just missed the fair. I was waiting for either a spot dodge or like
Or shield maybe.
an F tail or a roll back or something.
By Phuzix.
Okay.
Fair's train across the stage, but the Nair train coming out. The double.
Yo, this man was trying to reset with the down air.
Oh my goodness. He got that footstool, and Phuzix tried to do the down air off of it, but Nerva got up just the right time. It'll be a grab combo.
Oh, not the
Fair to
jump
back
again.
air, some more damage.
Oh, you're
bouncing.
fine. He kind
But
of.
Nerva got up
he
just
kinda
the
trolled a
right time.
little.
It'll be a grab combo. Fair to back air, some more damage.
That's the
bouncing.
one thing that I've like thought about Phuzix is that like he doesn't like he doesn't push advantage as hard as Sheik can. And that's like, that's kind of one of the reasons that like I picked up Sheik, is because like I just saw everything that he wasn't doing, you know. Like there.
Oh,
like,
you play Sheik?
Yeah, yeah. If I see that jump gone, I like go fucking crazy off stage. But he's a lot safer than I am for sure. Oh shit.
Calls out the jump.
Yep, catches the double jump.
Bad up smash.
Yeah, and again, this is, remember we're talking about repeating the same position at the ledge. Like this is a position you haven't given him before, so you have no info here, you know. So like I would only like do this. Like new positions are good if you have like an out that kills, for example, right? So like if, for example, he's at like 110 here and like down tilting his ledge hang and then down tilt back air kills, then I would do this, because he's not as aware of it as he is about like this ledge trap, right? Because he's kind of like figuring out what to do. But here in this situation where you can't kill unless you like charge F smash on his neutral get up, right? And that's not likely. Like in this situation where it's really unlikely to kill, I would do like the default ledge trap for damage, because that's the only thing you can really hope for in this position.
Ledge trap situation. Phuzix able to roll back on, get center stage for free. Phuzix swatting him away. The bouncing fish, setting him off the side.
And I guess it is important to point out, like, look at, like, kind of look at where I told you to play the corner, like, about, like, roll distance-ish, and that's exactly what he's doing, right? Because Sheik is a similar character where you kind of ledge trap with your reactions, and not with, like, a free ledge trap button. So he's always ledge trapping from about here until he has a setup that kills, and then he fishes for, like, down tilt on the ledge, or, like, nair, bouncy fish, or whatever, right? But his default is always right here, and this is really common for, like, a lot of characters that don't, like, ledge trap for free, right?
The side.
And I think it will make it seem stronger to you when you feel like the opposite, right? When you felt how like oppressive it is in the corner when he's just waiting there, you can also do that to other people, right? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Setting him off the side.
I guess my mic's just not picking up too well.
No worries.
Nair again. Ledge trap situation once again.
Yeah, he's closer. You see, he's closer there because he has a kill,
Grab.
right? If he gets like nair bouncy fish or like needles, yeah, he could have killed there if he just like hit confirmed his needles.
Yeah, he's looking for those instead.
Or hit confirmed his nair needles.
Love the music or movement from Phuzix right now.
I love the music too.
Do you notice that he's closer because he has a kill, or because he has like the option to kill from this position? Like look at the difference between ledge trapping here and ledge trapping here. You know, can you see my mouse cursor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like do you notice the difference now that I pointed out?
Mm-hmm.
This ledge, Phuzix's pressure is just so immense right now.
How did you get grab?
How you have to get out of this ledge, Phuzix's pressure is just so immense right now.
The high recovery.
Nice.
Back air.
Stuffed out. There we go.
So like, where were you? Yeah, this is close. This is the same jump again. So you gave him the same cue, right? And then we got the info that the last time you did this, he did jump as well. So this is good. Even if you didn't kind of like process that consciously, like repeating the same situation over and over was what made him jump, right?
Exactly.
Can he make it back from this? Or is Phuzix going to seal it out with this ledge trap? That'll be the uppie, and that will kill from across the stage.
Because he probably knew I like to drop down there.
And it's also like he ledge trap from that close before, and you did an immediate action. I'm pretty sure. Immediate action. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when he was this close, you see how you rolled immediately, and so this vanish covers get up attack because it's invincible as well. And like if he times it like perfectly, it also covers neutral get up, but not super likely.
Man, field is the choice for Nerva, but after that first game, it seemed like Phuzix was ready for the.
I think the majority of the first game was mostly just like the ledge, where like if you take your time in defense a little more, and then when you're ledge trapping him, you play a little further away, and you like repeat the same situations until you want a kill. So that's kind of like the big deal.
Yeah.
We got Undertale, bro.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this goes crazy.
Nerva's in his element,
Dude, this stage like mod is so cool. I've never seen this before.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a really nice mod.
Nerva's in his element, man. He's literally in heaven right now.
So what's kind of your thought process here? Because I feel like this looks like you were thinking about like playing more defensive in between games, then you immediately start by doing this.
His element, man.
Is that what you were thinking about?
Yeah, I was just like, okay, I just ran in and nared, and the nairs didn't work, so I'm just gonna like stay back and just like
Right.
try to wall him out with like bear or fair or something.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I think it is also good to realize that like he's not reacting to you nairing. He's positioning in a way that beats nair. So you can kind of like a lot of people's nair counterplay is pretty simple in that it's either like just like wait outside of it, which loses to like overshoot dash attack, overshoot grab, or shield, which loses to grab, or loses to like taking stage position from them and then fighting their out of shield, right? So when like we can go back and look like when you naired, like what is he doing? And then you probably just like whiffed outside of him, like outside of his range, and then got dash attacked or got grabbed or whatever, right? So
Because I was probably
go ahead.
I think I wasn't naring because I'm like, ooh, like I'm in a good position to nair. I'm just like I'm naring. And I'm like, I hope he runs into this, and then he
Right.
doesn't, and then
That is like a very very common Palu thing where you kind of
yeah.
you because most people aren't thinking that hard about like most people you play that aren't good at the Palu matchup aren't thinking very hard about like positions where you can and can't nair. So like against people like Phuzix that are really good at this matchup, you always have to earn it, right? Like that's why I emphasize stage control is because nair becomes a much better tool when he can't dash back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally in heaven right now.
But I also feel like that's.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's a little. I wouldn't say counterintuitive, but the best place to have a nair is facing towards as much stage as possible, just so you can like get as much off of it. So it feels like, oh, if I land a nair because he's in the corner, then I just get a nair and then a fair, which is like what 15-20%.
Yeah, but if he's at 0, you can do nair turnaround nair.
Yeah, I guess.
Crazy. Let's see. Seeing the same situation once again. Nerva at the ledge. Phuzix walking around, using his movement to his advantage.
Let's see.
And once
This
again,
is like
Nerva at the ledge.
greedy. You're also not warping from the corner as much as like I would probably choose like here, like as soon as he does this, I would just jump warp to the top platform, like because this is why you pick Battlefield as Palu is because like top platform is like such a strong position, like jump, double jump, and then like goes like okay, because if the stage is like if you warp like from right here, right, he has to think about like this angle, ledge cancel here, this angle go to the top platform, and this angle go to the corner, right? This is why Battlefield is such a strong position or strong stage for Palu because you can't cover all 3 of those at once. Unless like you have a very particular setup with some character, but Sheik can't cover all 3 at once, right? Mm-hmm. So I would abuse that a lot more, especially the top platform against characters that don't do a lot of damage with like their up airs, because like Sheik will just like straight hit you for that, right? And then that doesn't really matter.
So it's kind of like a get out of jail free card. Just
for the most
if I'm
part.
in the corner, I can.
Damage where he can get it in this early.
It's like at absolute best, it's like a 1 in 3 to get out of the corner.
Spike, no reset.
Or like at worst.
Damage here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ledge.
directional air dodge. Directional air dodge away gets you out here. Never in, because like Sheik's moves are like lagless enough that she can whiff and then still punish this, right? I also here is like, do you remember where we said if you're getting comboed in the center, like jump is good. Like here, jump is a lot better. Like I think here, if I'm the one getting hit here, let me see. Yeah. So I would
Like if I jump there, yeah.
Yeah, I would have jumped and then air dodge down on the platform. Like that's a pretty comfortable position for me. But if you're gonna directional air dodge, always directional air dodge away from Sheik.
Oh, okay. Picks it back up with a jab.
Like the multi-hit coming out from Phuzix there just to cover Nerva there.
Yeah, I think this back air is like a little. It's like a little bit of a reach because like, I think I don't know. It obviously works. It beats do nothing and it beats fair. But I think Phuzix is a good enough player to either air dodge or jump here, right? And it loses to both. So I think I would at least like dash attack because that also covers air dodge as well with like the late hit, you know.
Nerva there. Fair string coming out for Nerva. Trying to find the
Here it's like another situation where you didn't earn your nair, right? You kind of just like you're in this position and it seems like a good option because he might like space, like he might try to like jump in place fair and then it would have worked here. But against good players that are always trying to like space you out of your nair, like this is kind of what the situation he wants to repeat over and over, right? So here, like again, like the alternative right here is like you know that he wants to like space out your nair and whiff punish, right? So it's not like stop nairing. It's like what can I do about his nair counterplay? So he's giving up space here. You can run, overshoot, try to parry this backer, or you can walk and take the space, or you can like run, react to his jump, and dash attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of this is one of the things I actually went over with Chag because he lost a set to Big Boss because of like particularly Big Boss's nair counterplay where he would just like shield in weird places and then like up smash out a shield or whatever. But then kind of what the adjustment that we made was like always overshooting the nair against Rob because if you like obviously up smash is a true punish, but if you go far enough away from him in the middle of your jump, it's safe, right? As long as you land behind him. Right? So kind of the adjustment we made was always overshooting the nair because he was only ever doing two things about nair, which was shield and dash back, and that covers both.
Trying to find the nair. Phuzix finds a nair of his own.
For the DIs.
Here, you have a downer here, but I think you're just like it feels like you're panicking a little and that you don't see this, you know? Like you're picking your defensive option and then like not really reacting to what he's doing.
Phuzix finds a nair of his own.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that sound like what you're doing, or like, or
I was feeling the pressure. It was also I won't say the first time, but one of the few times that I've had like a large crowd against me.
Oh.
Like I don't have crowds often, but like people were betting and people like knew Phuzix was gonna win. So every time he got a hit, you're like, oh yeah, Phuzix. And I'm like,
yeah.
It was just like it was even harder. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Here. So just thinking about his kill confirms, like I would pause in this position and think like what kills you because he's again like remember that he's playing back here when he doesn't have a kill and he's playing closer when he does, right? So he can down tilt your ledge hang or he can nair your neutral get up. So I think like roll here never dies unless he like hard reads you, but it's like pretty hard to die for rolling here. For example, I would pretty much always roll here.
A little bit too close for that.
Or I would like jump like drop ledge, double jump back, like drop ledge, jump here, and then warp straight to center or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's also like a pretty common thing in like the Roy matchup as well, where like you basically never neutral get up at 80 because jab backer kills at 80, right?
Yeah.
It's the similar concept. I think it's a little more complicated with Sheik because like Roy typically only wants like one or two things, but Sheik can kill like in 2 or 3 different ways there. But it is the same concept. No jump. Yeah. This is like a weird Sheik thing where if she up B straight out of tumble, it specifically straight out of tumble without her jump. I'm pretty sure she goes like really far.
Yeah, the invincibility from that up B.
Yeah, Palu kind of has that.
So close to
Yeah.
landing that F smash there, but here's a combo from Phuzix. Taking
It's
him
a little
from
different,
coast
but
to coast,
similar
across
concept.
the stage, 52% now under Nerva. Nerva has to find this kill across the
Here,
stage.
yeah, I remember that you've read this jump a couple times, like because the first 2 times you did it in game 1 it worked, right? And then I think you kind of have to give a player that's this good the respect that they won't do that again. You know what I mean? Because it's already worked twice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
To find this kill.
And he's just not reading these recoveries right. Like he tried to read low that first time, but he's just so good on the mix. Okay.
That worked
Neutral
again.
get up, gets punished.
I think
He's just so good on the mix.
because you read his jump last time from this position, right? So I think delaying that for the neutral get up
Neutral
was
get
good.
up, gets punished.
Yep.
Might have just been like a panic option because like you were
That's right,
close.
like, he tried to read
So it is.
low
I guess it's.
that first time, but
It might have been that he
so
was
good
scared
on
of a
the
ledge
mix.
trump here, which is maybe. That is also another thing you can threaten against characters like Sheik that like recover to ledge without a hit. Like unless she vanishes like directly on top of ledge, she doesn't go to ledge with a hitbox, right? So ledge trumping is like a pretty big part of the threat when you can kill. Basically, it's like ledge trumping when you can't kill is like pretty like whatever. Like obviously it's good to do sometimes, but it's not as high priority as when like ledge trump backer kills, you know.
But there to seal out that first kill, and this should be big damage from Nerva. Almost equalizing the stocks. or
He's doing
percents
hot.
rather.
Yep. Good reaction.
Oh my god.
Covering the neutral, get up almost.
Yeah, this is again
That-
the same thing. Yeah, where I think you
Oh
try
my
to go
God.
for this, and then I think in your you kind of process that you're still in advantage here, so you try to swing again, but you're kind of not in a position to cover anything. So what I actually told, this is kind of like the main thing I told the last person I had a lesson with, is like, in your advantage, you guess one time, and then if you're wrong, your goal should be to preserve as much stage control as possible, right? That's like kind of like a mindset change where it's like you're trying to hit him, but like as soon as you miss your first guess, just keep stage, right? Because that puts you in a good position no matter what.
Covering the neutral, get up almost found the
Yeah, like
up air
think
there.
here, for example, if you had just done like this
Oh
up
my
air, like this
God.
up air's fine, and then if you had just done immediate fast fall onto the platform, and then like try to get his landing like with like a safe option, like drop platform backer or run off backer or something like that, that puts you in a much better position than just being cornered here and getting punished.
But now we'll be punished
Exactly.
for using that explosive flame just one too many times.
This is fine.
So back and forth, both players just utilizing
You see how here, like he gave you space, right, and you took it. This is kind of like the idea that I want to put in your head, where like he's backing up to like, because he backed up here to try to punish Nair, right? Because he's scared of you running and him and nairing, so he backs up like this, and then you don't do it. You take the space, and then he does the same thing again. You take the space again. You see how like in like 2 jumps you got from cornered to having center stage, right? And that's something that you can repeat a lot, and then that conditions him to challenge your space more aggressively, right? So he's gonna like down tilt your run or like F tilt or needles or whatever, and then that opens him up to getting naired or getting punished in other ways, right? That's kind of what you want. This is the interaction that you want to repeat, because so many people are scared of nair that they'll kind of give you this space for free a lot of the time.
so back and forth, both players just utilizing their movement here.
See, and now he's contesting more aggressively because he just backed up, right?
Both players just utilizing their movement here, trying not to get hit neutral. Phuzix opening
And those are
up
the kind of jumps that you could hit more reliably,
Trying to
rather
get
than like
down
jump
air
away or
there.
like dash back jump or something like that. Because
Not
he was like full drifting forwards
on
there.
the ledge is Nerva.
Here, yeah, you don't die here, so this is fine.
It's tight, man.
Warp,
He's not
this is
that kill
good.
percent for back.
You see here, this is like a the kind of the warp I was talking about. This is a little too high, but I think you are here from this position. He can't cover this, and like what you did was like here, right? It was a little different. He can't cover to the platform, to center stage, to top platform, and down, right? He can't cover all those at the same time, and that's why that's why Battlefield is this is the main reason why Battlefield is so strong for you, because of the way that warp
He's not
interacts
that
with
kill
platforms.
percent for bouncing fish, but
Yeah, I think he tried the
tight, man.
turnaround
He's
grab,
not
which
that
would
kill
have worked.
percent for bouncing.
Yeah, this would have worked if you had dash, or if you had not dashed, if you just done turnaround.
Slowly racking it up.
Yeah, you don't die here.
Wanted him to go high there.
This is risky. I would just go to ledge. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
I
can
was
get-
very scared
You can get,
because I was like always gonna bouncing fish, and then yeah, I was just that was a big
this
thing.
looks like an up smash, but I think he messed up.
Upper drag down. He's the upper drag
I
down.
like the idea. Like, yeah. But I think
Because he had always, whenever I was there, he would go off stage. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
that, but it's not
I
working.
positioned myself there, but then he just went to center.
right.
To
I think you might have done it too early, right? Because he's
To go off
still in a
stage.
position here where he can kind of react to what you're doing, because the reason that he goes off stage is because you jump up and threaten up air, right? So if you had done like say in this position, if you had done like run full hop to up here ish, threaten the up air, and then fast fall and then chase him off stage or something like that, right? Where here, since you do this, he can react to, oh, he's only going off stage, and then he just takes the center.
That makes sense.
It's the same concept of like repeating the same situation, because you didn't give him the same cue to go off stage, so he didn't go off stage.
He's just always expecting
Got it.
Phuzix to go off stage like that, but it's just not working. To mid stage, dash attack and stuff him out, no kill.
Invincible dash tech will make it through Phuzix's option there. Up B ledge trap.
Yeah, this is like
Tech will make it through Phuzix.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
I didn't
every
even know
sheet-
to be afraid of that.
yeah, every Sheik with full needles is thinking about this every time. I think about it every time, and it never works for me. But I think he did it pretty high there.
Will make it through Phuzix's option there.
I had no idea what was even going on there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay, that's nasty.
That's one of those things, like you see it once, then it
Alright,
never hits you
I'll
again.
give that to you, bro.
Yeah.
I will definitely give that to you.
That was a good
And here,
needles into the
if
platform.
the Sheik does like this, like you just explosive flame the ledge here, because like you can't. It's too unsafe to interact like when this grenade is out. So I always just
Give
explosive
that
flame
to
the
you, bro.
ledge.
I will definitely give that to you.
That was a good
You have no
kill
jump.
from
This is
Phuzix
scary.
there. Now ledge trapping again, doing so much damage.
That's
Wanted
good
even
warp.
more after the teleport.
Yeah, directional dodge in is like
There,
always
now
bad
ledge
because like
trapping again,
he's
doing
not
so
even
much
reading
damage,
here. He's just
wanted
like
even
reacting,
more after the
right?
teleport.
So I would just
Will
jump
find
and
a
go.
little
I would
Yeah.
jump warp again there.
Okay.
It seems like Nerva's been stuck here the entire time. So hard to get
Yeah.
through this wall that is Phuzix right now.
Away. take the
Okay,
corner.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. But not gonna be a kill.
That was insane. He almost got the kill with the
Ooh,
back.
Okay,
I like this
okay.
a lot actually.
But not gonna be a kill.
Like,
That
if you would
was
just like if you had
insane. He
spaced the
almost got-
grab a little better, maybe because I feel like you're too focused on neutral get up
Okay,
here.
okay, okay.
I
okay.
definitely am.
But not gonna be a kill.
That was insane. He almost got
Because
the
you've kind of killed him for 2 neutral get ups already, or I think the first backer didn't kill, but you've punished neutral get up enough that I think you can be, unless it's someone with like a really bad neutral get up habit, like obviously you will find people like that, but I think like knowing that it's Phuzix, you can kind of like adjust your ledge trapping to respect the fact that he's better than that, you know?
That makes sense.
Like there's definitely a lot of people that I will just like read the same option over and over because like they don't really pay attention and they don't like adjust. Or like I'll do like the same like the same backer space thing that you're doing for neutral get up makes a lot of people jump. So I'll just do like empty hop, read your jump backer, right? And that kills a lot of people. And if it's not someone that you think is like really good, you can probably just do the same thing. But if it's Phuzix who's like
my God.
has the results in this matchup and B like I don't know what you think about him, but I think he's
Not a
pretty good.
cover high.
Like
Yeah.
Oh my
dangerous.
god, look at
it's
that.
like you can
landing.
you have to give him that
Nerva's
respect
so
at some
clean
point,
with
Yeah,
you know.
but he just lands right in front of him.
Also,
Hits him
I would say this is probably one of the first times, at least in recent times, that I've had to, or I guess I didn't even adjust necessarily, but like I said, like when we first talked to me like a month or two ago, like I'm in Gainesville, so
Yeah.
it's not the highest. It's not like I've got these like PGR level players that are adapting constantly, so
Right.
I don't have to even like consider that. I just do my option and it works, and I just go from there. And so this is the first time when like he was doing different stuff and I didn't even like comprehend that he was adjusting to what I was doing.
Yeah, and I think I guess it's also important to point out that like even PGR players are gonna be like not every PGR player is good at like adapting like that. Like if you ever play Jake, like you just beat the same 2 disadvantage options every time and you win, you know. So it's not necessarily a question of like their results, but more a question of like you can kind of play them and you can tell a lot of the time if like because he's doing like very Palu specific things where like baiting out your nairs and like recovering specific ways to not get down tilted and you know stuff like that where he's being very thoughtful about the matchup. But a lot of people just play the exact same way in every matchup, and those are the people that you want to like do the same thing over and over against the exploit, right? Because they're not really adapting to you in that way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The yeet throws
That's
him
kind of a
back.
thing you get by feel by playing like different skill level of players. But I think this is something I talked to with a different student about like being good against good players and being good against bad players are 2 like pretty different skill sets, and it's like a little strange. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's the same game, but like I personally struggle with like the thought like he's not gonna do the same thing the 17th time, and then he minecarts for the 17th time.
Yeah.
What a bouncing fish.
He's looking for an air trying. He's trying to start something, but
Here you gotta earn your nair. Like I'm just gonna point out the same situation again as like him backing up, right? Because he wants you to nair. But if you had been walking here, you would have taken like half the stage for free. And I guess I see that this almost works, but this is kind of what will make it feel like your nairs are lucky. Where if you say, like, oh, this almost worked, I should just space it better next time. It's like, no, he can also space it better. You know what I mean? Or like, even if this worked, the concept is still wrong, where you haven't taken enough stage to like quote unquote earn your nair yet.
Yeah.
he's trying to start something, but even the first hit gets stuffed out by the forward air.
Oh, don't be air dodging into Phuzix.
That's a
See,
camp.
this warp is like super strong. This is kind of the exact spacing we talked about.
Air dodging
Or
into
I guess a little higher up would have threatened more, but like it's a pretty similar
That's a
situation, I
cancel.
guess.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah,
air.
I like this empty hop. Even if he fights you here, like his risk reward is bad, right? Because he only gets a straight hit here.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I do like this
He's trying
empty
to
hop.
reset.
Whoa. Try to find the needles there. Wanted to confirm.
Yeah,
Kill.
he's thinking about.
Whoa.
Remember, this is
Try to find the needles.
this is where you have to think about his kill options, right? Or like
Yeah.
go center and get straight hit. Like go just stay in center here, and then you're fine.
But doesn't
Yeah.
seem very
Back hit.
scared though.
I wouldn't even risk it. Yeah. Here is like like obviously the dash attack can work, but here I'm thinking more on like a macro like game plan level rather than an interaction level, where like your game plan here is to stay in the center and not get straight hit, you know. And then here is like if he full hops over you in back air, like you might die. Maybe not. Like if that was strong back air, there's like a decent chance that you die. But here you're fine. Just jump. Yeah, this is good because you won't die.
Is he gonna get hit by the up air? No, he's not.
Bro, Nerva is so nervous right now. He's holding shield in so
Yeah,
many scenarios
don't corner
after
yourself.
teleport.
You have to react faster here
Nervous
to punish
right now.
that.
He's holding
But
shield
you were in
so
shield,
many
so it's kind of
scenarios
hard
after
too.
teleport.
Has to make it back.
No
No
attack again.
jump available. Can he make it back?
Fine,
Oh,
yeah.
High
he can't.
recovery,
Yep.
goes mid.
Oh,
and the dash attack.
good
yeah,
stack.
that was what you were talking about with the DI. But yeah, that was kind of the best example from that set of like playing his kill condition, because you can end up at like 150 plus against Sheik pretty consistently if you just do that, right? Like what I said, you just go center, don't get like down tilted, don't get like near bouncing fish in the corner. Like if you avoid those like 3 or 4 things, like you end up at 180 against Sheik like every other stock basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like I understand what you've said about like how it feels lucky, because like, or I don't think you said lucky, but it's the same concept where like it feels like you don't earn it, because I've been in that exact same position against the exact same player before, right? Where it feels very suffocating. But I think once you change your mindset in the matchup to like playing for space rather than playing for a hit, it becomes like a lot more obvious what you're kind of earning and not earning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is it for what I have to say. I think the main thing, like if you play him again sometime soon, I would say the main thing that I would want you to change is like just like walk out of the corner if he backs up. Like if he backs up to punish your nair, you just walk out of the corner, or you like if he does it quickly, you can like run shield out of the corner and then do like a defensive option out of shield, like retreating jump or something like that. Just the concept is like take the space he gives you rather than taking it with a move, because then it'll feel much less like you're being suffocated. And also take your time, right? Because he can, like if he sees you're doing that, he can sit there and wait, he can stuff you, he can grab you, right? So just like being really patient out of the corner is how to stop that feeling. And the second thing is like in your ledge trapping, try to repeat the same situations, right? Where like the first one is like sitting at roll distance like we talked about, and then once your back air starts like threatening to kill, like you can do like the empty hop at ledge, like to threaten back air on to get up, for example. And also like in matchups like these where you can threaten a ledge trump, like that works as well. So like just picking like a couple situations that to kind of repeat over and over to get information is how you make your ledge trapping more consistent, because you have information to go off of rather than just like reacting / guessing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. Any questions or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think this is just like the start of me. Like, I think I would describe my play right now as like a really strong autopilot. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm not really adjusting or adapting. I'm just doing like safe, good options that have worked for me.
Right, yeah. That makes sense. I think the main thing I would say is like don't try to put in too much new stuff at once. Like obviously this is like a couple different concepts, but that's why I just gave you like 1 or 2 things to start with right now, because your autopilot is as good as it is because you're putting all your attention into like your reactions and like your like not necessarily like your situational awareness, but I guess that is the best way to phrase it. Where like you've been in this position before, so you subconsciously know like what's strong here, right? Even if you're not adapting to what they're doing, you're doing like a pretty decent option. You're not like trolling like at any point in the game, right? So like as long as you kind of like add things to your autopilot like 1 or 2 at a time, then your autopilot will remain strong. But if you try to like revamp your entire gameplay, just like think about every interaction, then you kind of get overwhelmed and you lose the things that you used to be good at, you know? So like getting out of that like quote unquote autopilot is like, it's not even getting out, right? Because you want to keep a lot of it, that's good. But adding intentionality to the autopilot is like a slow process. So like don't rush it, basically is what I'm saying.
Because I feel like I catch myself I wouldn't say not thinking about the game, but not thinking about new purpose. I'm just thinking about like, oh, I want a fair.
Right.
And then yeah, I don't know, because in my earlier sets, like in winners finals against Rydia and grands against J12, like I like handily beat them, and so I don't know if that gave me like a false sense of confidence against because I know they're high like very good players
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
they're pretty good.
and so I was like, okay, maybe I'm like getting better, but I don't know, maybe they're just not as good against Palu. I'm not sure.
I think that it can give you confidence because like if you can beat them, like your autopilot is obviously pretty good. Like if it's good enough to beat people like them, and I think it is also confidence that like against someone that is like this good at the matchup, he is probably like one of the hardest people in like the entire state to beat with Palu, right? Because he's so
Mhm.
practiced and so good at the matchup that like you're only like one or two changes in your autopilot away from beating something like that. So yeah, I think coming away with this with like a lot of confidence in your play is like pretty rational, I guess. But yeah, I think just like change one or two things at a time and like kind of trust your autopilot as well because I think it's kind of dangerous to say that it's a bad thing because like A, it works for you so often, and B, like you're not gonna like no one is able to think about like every single decision they make in the game, and that's kind of a trap that a lot of like I guess like quote unquote analytical players fall into is like they think about too many things and then their reactions are slow and then they don't have a lot of situational awareness, right, when you throw new things at them. um, so just kind of like trust your autopilot and keep one or two things in mind. So like right now, it's like you're going on Sunday, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I would say like on Sunday, like kind of only really the only change that you should be like intentionally making is just like your ledge trapping position. Just like sit and like pick the like one or two or three things that work against the other character. Like, can I sit at this position to cover roll and get up attack? Like if it's not like Link or Bowser or someone with a huge get up attack, then
yeah.
probably yes, right? And then can I down tilt the recovery? Can I like threaten ledge jump? Like you answer those questions kind of before you sit down to play, and then pick the ledge trapping positions that are strong against that character, and then think what your opponent is doing about them. Like, are they waiting? Should I ledge jump? Are they like jumping immediately? Like, are they like rolling at this timing? You know, that's the only thing that I would change until you like quote unquote get it, and then you can move on to the next thing, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, that is about it for me.
Well, awesome. How are you feeling about Sunday?
Dude, I am fucked. I'll be honest. I'm sitting here playing like four characters. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. I'm gonna play a lot because I want to like figure out my character situation sooner rather than later. But right now I'm like not confident at all, like in my play or like even in like I don't know. I am very lost like with my own play right now.
Well,
It's the curse of
I'm
playing so many
sure.
fucking characters.
Hmm?
It's the curse of playing so many fucking characters.
Yeah.
I can't
It
stand it.
really sucks for me because I only enjoy like I've got Palutena and then like five low tiers, and I'm like I never want to bring them out in bracket, so I
Yeah.
can't really do anything with that.
Yeah, that was me with Pitt when the game came out. I really like Pitt, but he fucking sucks. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. I will see you then.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, have a good one.
Yep. Thanks. You too.
Bye bye. All right, chat. Who the fuck's still in here? Hi, besties. What the fuck am I gonna do on Sunday? I have a tournament and I don't know what to play. And I want to just like play banjo low key, but whatever. But I'm gonna end this VOD so that it doesn't, because I don't have anything else to stream. Bye, besties. Shot says don't play banjo, dude. My banjo's so hot. Come on. All right, bye bye.